Welcome to the Right Academy. I'm Matthew R. Miller. If you've ever wondered why my hair looks so funny in a lot of these videos, because I usually spike it. And so when it's not spiked, it's down and floppy and looks ridiculous. So there you go. All right, so today I'd like to talk about what makes a complete sentence. It sounds so simple, and it is in a way, and it's not in another way. Now, if you learn to write complete sentences correctly, then your writing is going to come across as natural and good. If you make mistakes like sentence fragments and run-on sentences and comma splices, it's going to come across as amateurish and it's going to annoy readers. Even if the reader's not sure why they're annoyed, they don't understand the grammar behind it, because they're a native speaker or because they read English, well, they're going to feel it. They're going to say something's missing here. But let's talk about complete sentences. Now, a good writer, once they have mastered writing complete sentences, can play around with it with sentence fragments, things like this. But it's got to be intentional. I want to talk about new writers and how you can learn to think in complete sentences. This is important not only because it makes your writing good, but because learning what a complete sentence is basically the root of all sentence grammar in English. If you don't have this concept grasped, then when it comes to more advanced or elegant writing, you're going to mess up. So a complete sentence in English, it needs to have three things. One, a subject. Two, its verb, that subject's verb. Three, it needs to be a complete thought. So a subject, that subject's verb, and a complete thought. All right, what's a subject in English? A subject is who or what the sentence is about, basically. The verb is what they're doing, and the complete thought we'll talk about in a moment. So when you look at a sentence, ask yourself, who or what is doing something and what are they doing? If you can answer that, it's probably a complete sentence. Now, in English, a subject can be a noun, so a person, place, a thing, or an idea. A pronoun, I, you, he, she, it, we, they, so forth. It can also be an infinitive. This is when you have a verb and to in front of it, like to eat, to think, to run. So you might say something like this. To run is good exercise. That's an infinitive. Okay, and then finally, it can be what we call the gerund. This is a verb plus ing, like running, laughing. So let me give you some examples. A noun is a subject. The teacher walked into the classroom. Teacher is a noun. Teacher is what the sentence is about, who the sentence is about. Okay, a pronoun. She loves him. She is the subject. It's a pronoun. An infinitive. To err is human. To forgive is divine. So to err is the subject of the first clause. To forgive, the subject of the second. And then finally, a gerund. Walking every day is good for your health. Walking is the subject. So those four things can be a subject: a noun, a pronoun, an infinitive, and a gerund. If you're not sure about infinitives and gerunds, Google it. There's a lot of great information, a lot of great exercises out there, and I can go into more detail in another video. Second part of a complete sentence, the verb. Most verbs are words of action. Okay, run, think, hit, sleep. It can be physical action with movement, or it can just be something you're doing. For example, right now, I'm just sitting here. Okay, I'm not moving necessarily, I'm sitting, but it's still something I'm doing. A small set of verbs are like equal signs. Okay, we call these linking verbs. So I am tall. That's just who I am. I can't change it as I'm tall. I'm 6'1", okay? And so I'm not doing anything. I'm just being something, okay? That's a linking verb. And then when you have verbs with more than one word, like I may have been supposed to go shopping today. I forgot. May have been. When you have multiple verbs like that, there are helping verbs, okay, that help the main verb. But basically, the main verb, so you're asking yourself, who or what is doing something, what are they doing? Example, the jogger ran past me. Okay, what's the subject is jogger. What are they doing? Ran. Okay, so the verb is run. It's in the past tense, ran, fine, whatever. But that's the verb, okay? Another example, my friend is a really great guy. My friend, the subject, is the verb. Okay, now, a sentence might have more than one verb in it. There's no limit to the number of verbs you can have, but only one of those verbs is going to be the main verb, the verb that's attached to the subject, okay? So let me give you an example. I took my dog to the park so that I could watch him run and have fun, and while we were there, some people were having a picnic. A lot of verbs in that sentence. Took, watch, run, have again, were, okay, to be. So there's a lot of verbs there. Only one of them describes the subject. What's the subject? I took my dog to the park. I. What's the main thing I'm doing? Take. So I took. That is the verb attached to the subject. So a subject, a verb, and it needs to be a complete thought. What does that mean? Well, here's the deal. A sentence that has a subject and its verb is a complete thought. If it leaves you hanging, like makes you feel like, yeah, go on, then it's probably not a complete thought. For example, let's just say this. Frankenstein's monster stumbled into the kitchen. Okay. What about this? Frankenstein's monster stumbled into... If I stop there, you're left hanging, right? Like, stumble into what? Because I was late this morning, my boss gave me a talking to, right? Because I was late this morning, if I stop there, it leaves you hanging, right? Yeah, what happened? So that's a way to think about it. If the sentence has a subject and its verb, it's probably a complete sentence. If it leaves you hanging, leave you asking like, yeah, go on, continue, then something's missing, then it's probably not a complete sentence, a complete thought, rather. Now, every sentence, no matter how long or how short, has to have at least one complete sentence within it. So it has to have somewhere in that long sentence a subject, its verb, and a complete thought. You can attach many things to this, okay, but it has to at least have that. So if I were to say something like, the house that I drove by this morning, the one built by the famous architect, looked old and worn. Okay, the house looked. That's my simple sentence. Subject is house. What is the house doing? It's looking old and worn. Look, house looked. All the rest of that, none of the rest of that matters. All of it's part of the sentence, but as long as that house looked is in that sentence, the whole thing is a complete sentence. A sentence can be very short or very long, doesn't matter, okay? A short sentence might be something like, I run, or look, right? A long sentence, I mean, my goodness, there's no limit. You could go on for a trillion years with the same sentence, and technically you could be grammatically correct. So let's talk about a couple of possible errors that some people make, especially annoying ones that readers will notice, even if they're not sure why. First is a sentence fragment. A sentence fragment lacks a subject, or it lacks the main verb, or it lacks a complete thought, or it lacks all three or two. So one or more of those. For example, Carla loves, okay, subject, its verb, sounds so good so far, but we don't know what or whom Carla loves, so it's not a complete sentence. Carla loves her car. Now we have the complete thought. The teacher explained, complete sentence? No, it's missing something. It's missing the complete thought. The teacher explained the theory. Okay. What about this? Explained the theory. What's that miss? Explained the theory misses a subject. It's missing teacher, so it's not a complete thought. What if we say, teacher the theory? What's that missing? It's missing a verb. So if a subject is missing a subject, if a sentence is missing a subject, its verb, or is not a complete thought, is called the sentence fragment. And this is something readers really notice, okay? So be careful. Now, the opposite of a fragment is a run-on sentence. And contrary to what most people think, a run-on sentence has nothing to do with the length of the sentence. You can have a super long sentence that's not a run-on. You can have a short sentence that is a run-on. Here's what a run-on sentence is. So we said you have somewhere in a sentence is the main sentence, subject, its verb, complete thought. If you join together more than one of those complete sentence units with no punctuation, it's called a run-on sentence. Example, I am hungry. My friend just got home. We're going to eat. If you have no period, semicolon, comma, whatever, that's run-on sentence. There's three complete sentences. I am hungry, subject, verb. What did I say? My friend just got home. Friend, got, that's complete sentence number 2. We're going to eat. That's complete sentence number 3. We are going, subject, verb. Because you haven't joined them with anything, it's a run-on sentence. It just goes on with no punctuation. There are many ways to join them. We'll talk about that in another video. Very similar to the run-on sentence is the comma splice. The comma splice is same thing when you have 2 or more complete sentences together, but separated only by a comma. That's also an error. So, for example, I woke up this morning, comma, I walked into the living room, comma, I put on a shirt, comma, I ate breakfast, period. Okay, you can't just join together complete sentences with only commas. That's a comma splice. It's also an error. Now, there's a lot more to this that we could talk about, but that's the basic idea. And really how it benefits you is you want to make sure you understand what a complete sentence looks like, feels like, and how to write one. And that should be the basis of all of your sentences, no matter how long or complicated or complex they become. Because again, if you create sentence fragments or run-on sentences or comma splices, it irritates readers and it makes your writing look very amateurish. Even if the reader can't explain why it's irritating to them. Trust me. A lot of times I'll read reviews on Amazon of books, and they'll say, you know, boy, this could have been a great book, but it had a lot of annoying run-on sentences. It distracts the reader. This is the whole idea, right? You want the reader immersed in your world, in your book, in your story. And when you make these grammatical errors, it distracts them and they're snapped out of it. And that's the problem. That's the real bottom line to all of this, okay? So complete sentences. There are a lot of great exercises free online. Just Google recognizing complete sentences exercises or practice or something like that. You'll come up with a lot. And it's good to do. We'll continue in other videos talking about how to put other types of things onto your sentence, how to attach them onto it to make writing more elegant and longer or whatever. But for now, understand what a complete sentence is. A subject, its verb, and a complete thought. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. This is the Write Right Academy. Please like and subscribe, and I'm Matthew R. Miller.